Well, hello boys and girls! Like I said, I'm here again with our daily read aloud, and I just wanted to hop on here because today is kind of the last day of spring break. We technically have off Monday too, but it's been a really, really beautiful week for spring break, and I was just literally on Flipgrid talking to some of my friends and hearing about all the amazing things they've been up to during the spring break, riding bikes, playing the sprinkler. It's that time of year where we can break out water games, which is so cool. But we've been doing a lot, so I wanted to hop on here and read you guys a story that I think you would really like. It's all about spring, guys. All about the changing of the seasons. Not that long ago, the first official day of spring was back in March. But now, as we're getting into April, we're really starting to see the weather change, and we're starting that transition from wintry weather to more spring weather. Although, I will say, I poked my head outside today, and guys, you're not going to believe this. It was 45 degrees, and there was snow. I mean, it wasn't a lot of snow, but it was enough snow that I was like, doesn't the weather know that it's April and that it's spring and we shouldn't be getting snow anymore? But it did. So spring is that wacky season where honestly, it just does whatever it wants. It rains, it snows, it's hot, it's cold. We can't quite keep up. Especially nowadays, we really can't keep up. So I wanted to read this story to you guys today. It's called The Thing About Spring. And I love this story because it's just like a great story to talk about the changing in the seasons. And I love that it uses animals that we watch come out of hibernation, right? So when we were in school, we talked about different animals like bears that hibernate. And they go to sleep for most of the winter. They get a lot of food, fill up their bellies, fall asleep, and then wake up in the spring and have babies. So I wanted to hop on here and read this story all about some of these animals coming out of their slumber or finally getting to see their friends after the long winter's nap. So the story is called The Thing About Spring by Daniel Kirk. Ooh, there we go. The world looks a little different today, Mouse said one bright morning. It smells different too, said Bird. There are buds on the trees and new colors in the sky, and I feel warm and happy. Me too, said Mouse. Spring is finally here. Hooray! Still a little bit of snow on the ground, but like we said, it can snow in spring. Mouse and Bird hurried to share the good news with their friends. Rabbit was in the meadow, busy with a pail and a shovel. What are you doing, Rabbit? Mouse called. Saving snow while I still can, Rabbit grumbled. We won't see any more of this until next year. But spring is coming, Bird chirped. Aren't you excited? Excited, said Rabbit. Ha! The thing about spring is that I won't be able to follow my friends' tracks in the snow. Then I won't be able to find them. But now you won't be too cold, said Bird, and you won't have to look for me. I'll be right beside you. Me too, said Mouse. So Rabbit doesn't really like spring. He prefers the winter because he can follow his friends' tracks and see where they're at. Must be hard when you don't have cell phones. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that I won't be able to make snow bunnies anymore. I won't be able to build snow forts either. You know, how much fun I enjoy doing that. And I won't be able to make snowballs to throw at my favorite targets. But little shoots will grow out of the ground, Mouse said, so you won't have to look far to find delicious things to eat. So, Rabbit's talking about all the things he's going to miss about winter, whether it be building snowmen and throwing snowballs, or making snow bunnies, or even building a snow fort. And Mouse is like, but you'll be able to find food, right? In the spring, all the plants start to grow back. So that's what rabbits eat. They eat plants. And so if these shoots are another word for sprouts, like we talked about, growing out of the ground, it's easier for him to find them than having to dig or eat them ahead of time. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that Bear is waking up. You know how bad he smells at the end of a long winter, and I'm sure he wants a big old hug. Oh, Rabbit, said Bear with a yawn. Just because I'm a little stinky doesn't mean we can't share a big hug. I want a hug too, said Bird. Me three, said Mouse. So I guess when you sleep for a long time and wake up in your den, you haven't taken a bath in a while, I guess, so you might be a little smelly. That happens. Rabbit can't stand it, though. He's holding his nose. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that it rains when you're not expecting it. But rain brings out the flowers, said Mouse. And the worms, said the Bird. And it makes you clean, said Bear. And ready for more hugs. So Rabbit doesn't like the rain. Mouse likes the rain because it helps the flowers grow. Bird likes the rain because his food starts to pop up out of the ground, which is earthworms. And Bear gets the shower. Sounds like he needs it. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that when the days get longer, the nights get shorter, and I am a cranky bunny when I don't get enough sleep. But in the spring we need more daytime because there are so many things to do, said Bird. And we talked about this during our read aloud for Now in Bed, because they created daylight savings time, which is when we put our clocks forward or backwards depending on the time of year. So in the springtime, we get more day. And at night, it gets dark later. So like around 7:30, 8 o'clock, it starts to get dark. In the spring, I love to make loop-de-loops and race the clouds through the sky, said Bird. In the spring, I love to nibble tasty buds and dig tunnels in the soft pine needles, said Mouse. In the spring, I love to splash in the lake and dance in the sun, said Bear. Spring is wonderful. So all the other animals seem to like spring. It just seems to be Rabbit. The thing about spring, said Rabbit, is that all the animals chatter on, and the racket hurts my ears. Racket means noise. I'll try to be more quiet, whispered Bird. Me too, whispered Mouse. Me three, whispered Bear. But it's hard not to make a little noise. I think Rabbit's just being a bit dramatic. When spring is here! Sure, Rabbit loved that. All right, Rabbit sighed. I suppose no one can stop the seasons from changing. But the thing about spring is that when I stomp around so much and the sun is so warm, it makes me really thirsty. That's strange. Me too, said Bear. I think we're all a little thirsty. Well then, said Rabbit, you should be glad I saved some snow. Look inside my pail. The thing about spring is that it's full of surprises. So what would happen to snow in the springtime? Because Rabbit put his snow in the pail. So something's got to happen to it. It's wonderful, Bird cheeped. Now that spring is here, the snow has turned to water. Because we know that in the springtime, it goes from being cold in the winter to warm in the spring. So that snow can't stick around very long. That's why today I saw some snowflakes, but once they hit the ground, poof, they were gone. They melted instantly. It's like the winter gave us a present before it went away, said Mouse. So Rabbit has a nice old bucket of water. I found some cups, Rabbit said. Dip in. It will be our last taste of winter. And our first sip of spring, said Bird. "Here's to spring," said Bear. "I think it's going to be great." "Me too," said Bird. "Me three," said Mouse. The friends looked at Rabbit. I wonder what Rabbit's going to say. Oh, check out their cups. They're little, like, acorn hats. How cute. "Oh, all right," he said. "Me four. Spring is here. Hooray!" The end. And there's a little picture of them all playing together at the end of the story. Like I said, I love this story because I love when the season changes, especially from winter to spring, because I'm not a big winter fan. I don't like being cold. I love warm weather though, and so when the weather starts to switch over to spring weather or summer weather, even sometimes fall, because fall is nice. It keeps you nice and cool, but it's not too cold. I just love it because there's more things you can do. Like Bird said, you can go outside and ride your bike, go on the swings, play in the sprinkler. It just starts to get so nice. Go for walks. You just can't pass it up. So I agree with the other animals. I think I would rather have spring. Rabbit, I'm not going to agree with you, buddy. I think winter can stay where it's at. But that brings me to your book challenge for today. So the challenge that I have for you today is that I would like for you to tell me 3 reasons why you like spring. Why you like spring. It could be any reason. It could be some of the reasons they named in the book. It can be some of your own reasons. For me personally, these are my 3 reasons. I love that the weather gets warmer. I love to jump in rain puddles. They're just fun to jump in. And it rains a lot in the springtime. And I absolutely love to watch the flowers grow. Oh, I get to spend so much time in my garden making sure that all the pretty flowers are showing up and I can tend to them and make them beautiful. But those are my 3 reasons. I'd love to hear what your 3 reasons are for enjoying the spring. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. I know I did, and I will see you on Monday for another Daily Read Aloud. Okay? So enjoy your story, enjoy your evening, and have a great rest of your spring break, guys. See you later. Let's keep reading together.